Welcome back to Living Local. Our next guest knows about finding strength when you're at a low point. Ryan Boyle is a Paralympian who brought himself up from tragedy to triumph, which also happens to be the title of his new book. Ryan, thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Great to be here.
Well, to start off, can you tell me a little bit about the accident?
Yeah, so I was at a friend's birthday party when I was 9 years old, and I was hit by a speeding pickup truck, and it crushed the back of my skull into my brain, so I underwent emergency brain surgery, and I was given little to no hope of survival, but I spent 2 months in a coma, and I came out of it with the sole ability to move my right index finger. And then I spent 7 months in intensive rehab, relearning literally everything you could think of all over again. Yeah. And then from then on, it was years and years until I got to the point where I am now.
That's awesome. Well, good for you. That's really a big hill to cross over. And so can you kind of tell me about your journey into cycling and kind of your adventure at the Olympics? Yeah,
so I competed in a race on a hand cycle about 7 years ago. And hand cycles are typically for quadriplegics and whatnot. So it was pretty surprising to see me on one. So after that race, a spectator came up to me who was a paracycling coach, and he introduced me to the tricycle, and I thought this is a way I could get back on a somewhat regular bike, which has always been my passion. So I immediately knew I wanted to be a world champion.
Yeah. And so tell me a little bit about your experience on the Paralympic team.
Well, it's a lot of hard work. So I train every day, and I am very tired at the end of the day.
I can imagine.
All the strains that I go through. But it's a great feeling, and you know, you meet a lot of great people. You travel all over the world to races, so you experience tremendous culture and different languages and whatnot. And you have great opportunities to bring back souvenirs. So
bet your friends were appreciative of that, all the souvenirs.
Yeah. And awesome. Family.
Yes, and your family. All right, well, tell me a little bit about your book here.
So the way I describe it is that it's a prime example of how there are power in numbers. Because throughout the years of my recovery, a lot of people approached me saying how unique and inspiring my story is, and that I should write it down. So eventually I did that, and that was the summer of my 8th grade year.
Awesome.
And the book covers my early life, my accident, injuries, my coma, all that. But the majority of it is about my recovery. And it turns out that it takes a second to get hit by a truck, but it takes a whole lot longer to recover from it.
Awesome. We just have a couple more seconds left, but just finish off, do you just have one quick message to anyone who's going through hardships in their lives?
I do, and it's really to never stop believing in yourself. I mean, you can accomplish anything. So
that's awesome.
Keep that in mind, and the world is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan. I really appreciate it. And that's
welcome.
Very inspiring. And to learn more about Ryan or to purchase his book, go to ryanboyle.me.